Happy Friday, team. Mortgage Mark here. Let's talk about by the charts. Sorry, by the way, I usually get this out early in the week, but it is what it is. Busy week. Couple things, guys. Housing updates. Rates moving sideways as expected. You can see we've had a nice little run here the last handful of days as COVID cases spike in the world. Creates a little uncertainty. Money comes over to our world. This isn't having any real major movement on rates. They've been flat. They'll probably continue to be flat. Fannie Mae says they'll be flat. The Fed says they'll flat. So the good news is rates stay low so we can all sell some homes. That's the goal. Home sales, they have been declining. No real surprise, but I am a little because I feel like things are great. And I guess the reason why, this is lagging data. So obviously contracts don't result in closings for 30 to 45 days, depending on just what market you're in. So I do think you're going to see that number spike up with a quick recovery, which is why the industry is optimistic that home sales are going to be rising. Yeah, we know that. Thanks. But good job. Keep selling. I just thought this was interesting down here. The black line is rates, and it's backwards. So the higher it goes, the better the rates. But it is interesting when rates go higher, home sales go down. Rates get lower, home sales go up. So the cool part is rates have gone up, or pardon me, interest rates have gone lower, which is the black line going up. And obviously this is due to COVID. But guess what? If we can just be safe and have the world open up, you should see this spike back up where we can have a really good run on home sales. But here's what's interesting. For 2020, homes are selling faster than ever. So I say that, faster than ever, faster than 2019 at least. Look at 2018, 19, and 20. 20 is the red. We're pacing the same number average of days on the market as we were in 2018. But as far as the percentage of homes being sold less than a month, we're selling super fast. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Forbearance, that's less. Nobody cares unless you're in the mortgage world. That's a really good thing for us. So just be glad more and more people are not paying their mortgages and not taking forbearance. COVID, look, cases are going up. We know it. Texas, yay, we're number 2. We're fighting for that golden spot in California. So we'll see. Obviously, you guys may have seen it. They're rolling back, as in like not rolling back the cases for us to get out and open up. They're putting more restrictions on us. So wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart. Economic data, I gotta be honest, some of this stuff's pretty boring. I found it interesting at the time, but I'm not gonna go over it now. The miscellaneous, I did find interesting and still do. Where are expenses cut by each generation? So I thought this was interesting. You got your baby boomers, you got the guys and gals like me, the Gen Xers, you got the folks a little younger than us, the millennials that are working, and then these Gen Zers. So this is where they're cutting down on their expenses. Well, these Gen Zs, they're not cutting down very much on the restaurants. On one hand, I'm thinking, holy smokes. On the other, they're probably not even old enough to go out to restaurants without their mom or dad to some degree. But even so, they are the generation that at least I think are getting getting a lot of the blame for the spread of all this because they're going to high school graduation parties. One local high school I know, 20 kids came away with COVID from one graduation party. Pretty amazing. So I thought this was funny. Check out the alcohol, the burnt orange, or we'll call it orange. Hook 'em. The boomers and the Gen Xers, kids, grandkids. Yeah, we're not cutting back on that alcohol budget. So I thought that was pretty funny. You got, I don't even know what sliver that says, 4%, 3%. I didn't even know these kids were old enough to drink, whatever, but they're cutting back the most. And then the millennials are cutting back about 6%. I just found that humorous. Kids, grandkids, still drinking. Most expensive keywords for Google, bail bond. Who knew? I always thought it was insurance. Turns out, not really right. So if you're going to jail, you're Googling. There must be a lot of margin, by the way, in that bail bonds to pay $58 per click. So if you guys see a bail bond, ad on your computer, you click it, it's costing them $58. Isn't that nuts? Millennials, for those being married, because again, there was a stat we showed a couple months ago where basically when the married couple has a kid, like it's a almost absolute certainty those people are going to be homeowners. I think it was like an 88% or something like that. Like it just jumped where it's like, if you got a kid and you got married, that's what your trigger is to buy a new home. So before you have a kid, a lot of times you get married. So what's interesting is college educated millennials down here at the bottom, you got a 50-50 chance of them being married. So if you know a millennial and they've graduated college, you can flip a coin and it's probably true. If they haven't graduated, you're going to err to the side of them not being married, which I think is interesting. So they do break it down by generation up here. Baby boomers, 61%. Gen Xers, 53. Considering divorce rate, I think is like 50% still in America. I'm kind of making that up. I've heard that stat forever. It's kind of amazing that 61% of the boomers are married. And this silent generation, man, power to you. Look at that, going strong. And then lastly, mad props to the group. Somebody on my team made this. I love it. I don't always shop lenders, but when I do, I prefer Mortgage Mark. Stay informed, my friend. As always, team, we genuinely and sincerely thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a great and safe weekend. Stay apart, 6 feet at least. Wear a mask. Talk to you later.